It is time once again for the adventures of Craig and Terry. In this video, we head north to the Grand Canyon, but not the South Rim. We're going to the North Rim. The road to the North Rim leaves Flagstaff and heads north through the beautiful landscapes of the Navajo Reservation and passes over Marble Canyon via the Navajo Bridge and the beginning of the Grand Canyon. Here is Terry to share a little history of the area as read off of a roadside sign. Please excuse the poor audio quality. I tried to clean it up, but this was as clean as I could get it.
For centuries, the Colorado River and its deep canyons have been formidable natural barriers to travel, but for hundreds of miles, the preferred crossing of the river has always been near Marble Canyon. Archaeological evidence and oral tradition indicate that Native people frequently forded the Colorado River in this vicinity when natural river flows were low enough to make crossing possible. In 1776, two Franciscan priests led an expedition across this area in search of an overland route to California. Because they anticipated being followed by soldiers, priests, and settlers, the Dominguez Escalante expedition provided the first written record of this region. Almost 100 years later, in 1869, the Colorado River gained fame from the writings of Major John Wesley Powell, who conducted by both the first scientific exploration of the Colorado River. Powell led a second expedition in 1871-72. His purpose was to determine if the river was navigable, map the river's canyons, and record geological formations. A ferry crossing of the Colorado River began operating at the mouth of the Paria River in 1871. The crossing is widely known as Lee Ferry, after its first operator, John Doyle Lee. During the 19th century, thousands of pioneers crossed the Colorado at Lee's Ferry. The wagon route became known as the Honeymoon Trail because recently married Mormons from new settlements in Arizona traveled this route to St. George, Utah to have their marriage sanctioned in the Mormon Church. In 1929, the historic Navajo Bridge replaced the Lee's Ferry River crossing. The bridge was so significant to this remote and rugged region that more than 5,000 people attended the dedication ceremony. Since then, travelers en route to and through some of this country's most magnificent landscapes have crossed the Colorado River in relative comfort and convenience by automobile.
That's the guy who left the footprint.
Here we are getting our hero shots at the entrance. We were very happy to get out of the car after sitting for 6 hours. The entrance gate is not always occupied, so the Park Service has installed this V station located at the lodge. After stopping by the visitor center to get oriented, we headed out on our first short hike to Bright Angel Point and to get a selfie. The North Rim is higher in elevation than the South Rim and is only open in the summer due to heavy snowfalls. It has a visitor center, post office, campground, showers, cabins, and a beautiful lodge that serves overpriced food. Off of the lodge is an observation area and porch, and a very interesting statue. After exploring, we headed to the Demont Campground, which is located about 6 miles outside the park, to get some rest and plan out our next day. The next morning, we arose to a beautiful sunrise and lazily made breakfast.
Just give it a quick tour of the little campground we're staying at here. The Demont Campground. Got a little tent set up. They have this little nice, if you have dirty laundry, this nice little thing you can do to hang your lantern on. You got a pole that comes up to a hook, and you can hang your lantern on that. You got a picnic table, a little camping gear, and then our car up there. It's a nice little campsite. So, walking from the campsite over to show you the bathrooms and all the other fine amenities here at the campground. Got the recycle container, or trash container. We got the campsite close to the bathrooms, so those late night calls don't take it forever. This is for water. Drinking water, not for washing or bathing. we got the good old-fashioned pit toilets. And trash cans. And that's about it.
Just after entering the park, we encountered the park's resident buffalo herd. Terry did an impromptu count and came up with about 200. After surviving the buffalo head count, we drove to the Wood Forest Trailhead. The Wood Forest Trail is a brochure-guided hike that follows the canyon 2.5 miles, then heads into the forest to emerge at Wood Forest Point, a distance of 5 miles one way.
Tree hugger. Does it smell like vanilla?
I don't know, my nose isn't up against it. Not that I can tell.
I get a faint smell of it. So that's the large
Ponderosa pine.
Ponderosa pine. It goes way up there somewhere.
This is one of the largest ponderosa pines in the Wood Forest Trail, nearly 13 feet in circumference. Trees like this are increasing the rare outside national parks because of their commercial value. Ponderosa pine is one of the major lumber trees of western North America. A ponderosa of this size may be 300 to 500 years old. When this tree was a seedling, the environment of North America was very different. Humans had had little impact on the landscape.
Of course I have to record, don't I?
Well, kind of helps. Unless you're waiting for them to grow up before you snap the picture.
So, I'll zoom out and you can see how small he is.
The trail is named after Gunnar Woodforst, an artist who lived and painted at the canyon in the 1930s. The trail takes you through aspen, ponderosa, oak, and maple forests that are home to deer, bobcat, mountain lion, turkey, coyote, porcupine, snakes, and lizards. But if you're really blessed, you will get to see the kaibab squirrel. This little guy is dark with tufted ears, but the most distinctive characteristic is his big, bushy, white tail. We saw one, but by the time I got the camera out, he was long gone. After the hike, we returned to the campground to shower and relax before beginning the next leg of our trip. But more of that next time. So, subscribe, hit the notify button, and stay tuned. Thank you for watching.